Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am taking you through a 35-minute full body Pilates workout. You don't need any equipment today, and we're getting started on our mats in an all-fours position, stacking shoulders over wrists and hips over knees. Inhale here, and on your exhale, press your hips back, child's pose. Inhale, shift forward, all fours. Exhale, press the hips back, 2 more. Inhale, find your all fours position. Exhale, find that quick stretch, press the hips back. Last one like this. Inhale forward. Exhale, press back. Come back to all fours now. Walk your hands over to the right side of the mat. Inhale here. Exhale, press the hips back. Child's pose with a little left side stretch. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, press back, 2 more, focusing on pressing that left hip down towards the heel to really feel that stretch up the left side of the body. This is your last one. Exhale, sit the hips back. Shift forward, walk your hands over to the left side now for our final round of this dynamic child's pose. So press the hips back and shift forward, 3 more. Focusing this time on drawing the right hip down, stretching through the right side of the body as we exhale to press back. Inhale to shift forward, 1 more here, press the hips back. Shift forward and walk your hands back through center, straight under the shoulders. Inhale, reach the right arm up towards the sky. Exhale, thread the needle, reach under the left side of the body, dropping down to the right shoulder and cheek. Feeling a nice upper body stretch and a twist through the spine. Inhale, lift up through center. Exhale, place the right arm down, other side. Inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, thread the needle under the right side, dropping down onto the left shoulder and cheek, feeling that same stretch and twist on this side. Inhale, lift the left arm up once again. Exhale, place it down on the mat. And let's get ready to warm up through the core a little bit now. So staying in this all fours position, just tuck your toes under. Lift your knees up off the mat a couple of inches, finding your bear hover. Step the right foot back, right in, tap the knees down and lift. Step back, in, drop the knees and lift them up, trying to alternate which foot you step back with first, just for balance sake. So lift the knees up, left foot back, left in, right in, tap the knees, lift them up, step the feet back, step the feet in. Let's do that one more time. Tap the knees and lift. Step the feet back and then hold in this bear hover position. Walk your feet in so that the legs are squeezing together and then swivel your knees to the right, through center, swivel to the left, and through center, 3 more in each direction, focusing on keeping your chest straight down towards the floor, just rotating through the mid-back, warming up the obliques. Just give me 1 more each side, swivel to the right, and swivel over to the left. Come through center, and drop the knees down, walk them out as wide as the hips once again. Take an inhale as you arch your back, lift your chest and chin up towards the sky. Exhale, round through the spine, tuck chin to chest. Inhale, arch through the back, find your cow pose. And exhale, curve through the spine, finding your cat. Give me 2 more here, inhaling to stretch the front side of the body, pressing through the palms. Exhaling to stretch through the back. And last one, syncing our breath with our movement as we inhale to arch and exhale to curve. Find your neutral spine again, and let's drop down onto the forearms now, stacking shoulders over elbows and hips over knees. Extend your right leg straight behind you, making sure that left hip is staying nice and aligned with that left knee. Take an inhale to prepare, and on your exhale, lift your right leg up in the sky. Inhale, drop it down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 6 more here, lifting the leg only as high as you're able to maintain that neutral spine. So make sure we're not getting an arch through the low back. We're nice and engaged through the core, using the strength of that right glute to lift the right leg up and down off the mat. Hold the right leg lifted now. Find a 90-degree bend with that knee. Inhale, tap your knee down to the mat. Exhale, press your leg up. Inhale, tap it down. Exhale, press and lift, keeping the knee bent at the same angle the entire time, just hinging at that hip to drop the knee down and lift it back up, squeezing through the underside of that right glute as we inhale, tap the knee. Exhale, lift it up. We've got 2 more here. And last one, hold that knee lifted now. Extend your legs straight out behind you. Tap your toes over to the left side of the mat and then up and over to the right. Tap your toes to the left and tap them to the right. 6 more of these rainbow arcs here. I want you to focus on the up and over motion, so not just moving from side to side, really getting a nice squeeze and lift through that right glute each time we tap the toes from one side to the other. Give me 2 more here, tapping to the left and to the right. Last one. And lift your leg back up through center. Pulse the leg straight up to finish for 10, for 9, for 8. Squeezing, lifting and lowering through that right glute. We're just here for 3, last 2, and last 1. Drop the right knee down for a quick rest and press up onto your palms now, stacking shoulders over wrists. And let's get ready for a little hamstring curl tricep push-up combo. So extend your right leg long behind you, then lift it up to hip height. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, curl your heel in towards the glute. Inhale, extend it long. Exhale, bend the elbows, Pilates push-up. Inhale, straighten them out. Exhale, curl and extend. Bend the elbows and press up. Curl the leg in and back, bend the elbows, and straighten. A modification here for that push-up is to drop the right toes down to the mat or bring the right knee in line with the left if you want to make this a bit more accessible. But if you're looking for a challenge, keep that right leg lifted the entire time, bending into the elbows as you scrape them by the ribs, targeting the back side of the arms, the triceps here as we bend and straighten. Just give me 1 more here. You can do it. This is your final push-up. Press to straighten, drop the right knee down, and sit your hips back towards the heels. Reach your arms forward for a child's pose. Feeling that release through the upper body here. Slowly start to shift forward now, stacking shoulders over wrists once again, getting ready for a plank combo. So step your legs back, finding your straight arm plank with a nice straight line from the top of your head back towards your heels. And tap both knees down onto the mat, lift them up, press your hips up and back, down dog, shift forward to your plank. Again, both knees tap down and lift, find your down dog, and shift forward. Inhale, tap the knees. Exhale, lift them up. Inhale, press your hips up and back. Exhale, shift forward, find your plank. Knees tap down and lift. Then find that stretch in your down dog and shift forward. Give me 4 more rounds of this, working the core here, but also getting a nice stretch through the entire body with that down dog, especially up the backs of the legs after that right glute series. As we tap the knees down and up, press your hips up and back, and shift forward. Last one, drop the knees and lift, and then let's hold in our down dog, maybe pedaling out the knees a couple of times, alternating bending into each side. Press both heels down towards the mat now. Find a slight bend in your knees and start to walk your hands back towards the feet in your forward fold, just taking a couple of deep breaths here. then when you're ready, slowly roll all the way up through the spine, lifting the arms overhead, and then letting them fall down by your sides. Awesome job. Let's get ready for a lunge series now. So starting with the right leg forward and the left leg back. Make sure shoulders, chest, hips, and knees are all pointing forward in the same direction. Hands can come onto the hips, and let's start out nice and simple by bending into both knees and straightening the legs. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Just give me 4 more like this before we add on, starting out in our basic lunge as we inhale, bend. Exhale, straight, making sure that right knee is stacking over the right ankle each time we bend. This is your last one like this. Let's add on to this now. So bend into your lunge, straighten the back leg, bend the back leg, and straighten both legs. Lunge, shift forward over the right foot, shift back, straighten the legs. 4 more here. As you shift forward, I want you to use the strength of the right glute to move your weight forward rather than pushing off the left foot. So it's a little mind-body connection there to really feel that right side working. Just give me 1 more like this before we add on one final time. So shift forward, bend the knee, and straighten. Let's add a tap in now. So bend your knees, shift forward, tap the left foot in and back, bend the left knee, straighten the legs. Again, find your lunge, shift forward, tap the foot in and back, find your lunge, and straighten. 4 more, bend, straighten, tap in, back, bend, and straighten. Breathing really however feels natural to you here, but try to sync your inhale and exhale with the movement, whatever that looks like for you. As we bend both knees, shift forward, squeeze that right glute, left foot taps in and back, bend the knees, and straighten. This is your last one. Let's hold with the left foot tapped in now, and just tap the left foot back and in, tap it back and in. We've got 8 more here. If you're wanting to make this a bit more challenging, sink deeper into that right knee, pressing your right hip down and back as the left foot taps back and in, back and in, just for 3. Last 2 here. And last one, hold the left foot back, bend the knees, reach your arms up, and pulse the knees down to finish for 10. For 9, this is where we end this lunge series. You can do it, maybe sink an inch or 2 lower. We're just here for 3 more, last 2. And last one, press up, bring the feet together, shake out the legs. Awesome job. Inhale as you sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, dive forward, finding that deep stretch in our forward fold. Pedal out the knees a couple of times, alternating bending into each side. Press both heels down towards the mat now, grab a hold of the backs of your legs, and draw your chest in towards the thighs for one last deep breath. Then release the arms, bend into your knees, pressing your palms down into the mat, and step your feet back, finding your straight arm plank for an inhale. And exhale, drop down onto your knees, come down onto the forearms. We're doing that entire series on the other side. You can do it. Extend your left leg long behind you, shoulders stacked over the elbows, right hip stacked over the knee. Inhale to prepare, and exhale, lift that left leg up towards the sky. Inhale, tap it down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. We've got 6 more here. This is our second time going through this series. You know what's coming now. You're nice and prepared. Syncing movement with the breath. Inhaling to tap the foot down. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Tap and lift. Just give me 1 more here. Hold the leg lifted, bend your knee to 90 degrees, tap the knee down and press the leg up. Inhale, tap the knee. Exhale, squeeze and lift. 6 more here, making sure we've got no arch through the lower back. We've got a nice neutral spine this entire time with the belly button lifting up towards the spine, nice and engaged through the center of the body. As we tap the left knee down and lift, squeezing through the underside of that left glute. Hold your left knee lifted now. Extend the left leg long behind you. Tap the toes over to the right side of the mat. Lift up and over and tap to the left. Tap to the right and tap to the left. We've got 6 more here. Just like on the other side, I want you focusing on the up portion of this movement. So lifting the leg up and over rather than just side to side. Getting a little extra squeeze through that left glute here as we tap to the left and tap to the right. Just give me 2 more here. And last one, tap to the left, tap to the right, and then hold lifted through center. Pulse the left leg up for 10. For 9, little lifts for 8, squeezing up and down with that left side. We're just here for 4, last 3, 2, and 1. Drop your left knee down to the mat for a nice quick rest. And then press yourself up onto your palms, stacking shoulders over wrists once again. And let's get ready for that curl and push-up series. So extend your left leg long behind you for the final time. Float your leg up to hip height. Curl the left heel in towards the glute. Extend your leg long. Bend into the elbows and press to straighten. Curl the leg, extend, bend the elbows, and straighten. 6 more here. You can do it. Curl, extend, bend the elbows, and lift. Just like on the first side, if this is a bit too intense, curl with the leg and then drop the toes down for the push-up or draw the knee in to meet the right, whatever's working for you. As we curl and extend, bend into the elbows, pulling them in towards the rib cage, really targeting the back side of the arm as we bend into the upper body and press up. This is your last one. You can do it. Bend the elbows and straighten. Awesome job. Drop the left knee down. And I either want you to stay up on the palms, or if you're looking for a challenge for the core and the upper body, come down onto the forearms and step your legs back. We're going to repeat that same plank combo from earlier, but down on the forearms now. So tap both knees down, lift them up, press your hips up and back, dolphin pike, and shift forward to your forearm plank. Knees tap down and up, hips press up and back, and shift forward. We've got 6 more rounds of this, always having the option to press yourself back up onto the palms if this is just a bit too intense for you today. But wherever you are in this move, I want you to focus on keeping your core nice and engaged, keeping your spine in a neutral state, not arching through the lower back, and really focusing on piking up through the hips, pressing straight through the upper body as you lift your hips sky high and shift forward. We've got 2 more rounds of this. You can do it. Shift your hips up and back. Last one, tap the knees down and up. Dolphin pike, press your hips up, shift the body forward, and then come down all the way on to the front side of the body. Press yourself up, finding a baby cobra here, stacking shoulders over elbows, expanding through the chest, just taking some deep breaths in this pose. When you're ready, lower your chest all the way down to the mat and press yourself up to a standing position, getting ready to repeat that lunge series on the left side. So bring your left foot in front this time and step your right foot back. Shoulders, hips, and knees are all pointing towards the front of your mat. Hips are stacked under the shoulders. Hands can come onto the hips, and let's start by just bending into both knees and straightening. Inhaling to bend, exhaling to straighten. 4 more in our basic lunge, making sure that left knee is stacking over the left ankle and the right knee is stacking under the right hip here. As we inhale, bend, and exhale, straighten. Let's add on to this now. So bend into your lunge, shift forward, straightening the right leg, bend into your lunge and straighten both legs. Find your lunge, shift forward, shift back, and straighten. Just like on the other side, I want you to focus on using the strength of your left glute to propel you forward over the left ankle, rather than the strength of the right foot pressing and straightening the leg. So let's bend both knees, find your lunge, shift forward, hinging at the hips, shift back, and press to stand. Last one like this before we add on once again. So this time, bend into your lunge, shift forward, right foot taps in and back, bend the right knee, straighten the legs. Bend into your lunge, shift forward, right foot taps in and back, bend into your lunge and straighten. 4 more here, syncing movement with breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Maybe sinking a little bit deeper each time, challenging that left glute, that left quad here. Just give me 2 more, bending into the knees, straighten the right leg, tap in and back, bend the right knee, and straighten. Last one. Hold with your right foot tapped in now, and then tap it back and tap it in. Tap back and in, 8 more. If you're wanting to make this a bit more challenging, sit down and back with that left hip, deepening the bend in the knee as we tap the foot back and front. We've got 2 more here. And hold the right foot back, bend the right knee, reach the arms overhead, pulse the legs down for 10. For 9, this is where we finish the lower body portion of this class. You can do it, pulsing here for 4, last 3, 2, and 1. Straighten the legs, bring your feet together, shake it out. Then step your legs out as wide as the mat, toes facing forward. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, dive forward in this wide-legged forward fold. Walk your hands over to the right leg now, drawing your chest in towards the thigh, getting a deeper stretch through the right side. And then walk your hands over to the left, feeling that same stretch. Walk your hands back through center and either stay here or reach your hands through your legs, deepening the stretch even more, taking a deep breath here. Come back through center, heel toe your feet in so that they're hip distance apart, and then grab a hold of opposite elbow and sway gently from side to side, feeling that release of any tension through the spine. Hold through center, release your hands back to the mat, and then bend your knees, making your way down all the way onto your back now. And then cross your left ankle over the right knee. Reach through, grab a hold of the back of the right leg, and draw your right knee in towards your chest for your figure 4, feeling a stretch for that left glute and hip. Gently release that stretch and switch sides, crossing right ankle over left knee and drawing the left knee in towards the chest. Release that stretch now and uncross the right ankle. Then extend your legs along down the mat in front of you and reach your arms up overhead, getting ready for our Pilates roll up, starting out nice and slow. So take an inhale to prepare, and on your exhale, crunch up through the upper body, sweep your hands by your hips, inhale for a pause. Exhale, tuck the hips under, roll up through the spine. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms straight up. Exhale, tuck the hips under, roll all the way down the mat. Inhale, arms overhead. Let's do that again. Exhale, crunch up through the chest, arms by the hips. Inhale here. Exhale, tuck the hips under, roll up through the spine. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms go straight up. Exhale, tuck the hips under, roll down, arms come overhead. Either stick with that speed, or if you're wanting to speed it up a little bit, this time on your inhale, roll all the way up through the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll down. Exhale, arms come overhead. Inhale, roll up through the spine. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, roll down. Exhale, arms come overhead. 4 more here. If you're having trouble rolling up through the spine, I want you to bend your knees, placing the feet down on the mat, and really press down through your feet as you roll up, grounding yourself a little bit more, making it a bit more accessible to get all the way up through the spine. As we roll up, reach forward, roll down, arms come overhead. Give me one more here. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, roll down, and exhale, arms come overhead. Awesome job. Bring your arms down by your hips now and bend your knees, separating the legs hip distance apart. Then lift your knees up and find a tabletop position, stacking knees over the hips with the ankles straight out from the knees. And then reach your arms straight overhead with the palms facing up. Inhale to prepare. On your exhale, crunch up through the upper body, tap your hands behind your thighs. Inhale, lower down, arms overhead. Exhale, crunch up, tap the fingers together. Inhale, lower, sweep the arms up. Exhale, sweep the arms around, crunch up through the chest. Lower down and crunch up, lifting head, neck, and shoulder blades up off the mat, lifting so high that you can get those fingertips together behind the legs as we sweep down and crunch up. If you're feeling any tension through the neck here, feel free to ditch the arm movement and just interlace your hands behind the head to offer a bit more support. And let's hold lifted in our crunch now. Bring your hands behind the head if they're not already there. And on your inhale, lower the chest and the toes down to the mat. Exhale, lift everything up. Inhale, chest and legs lower. Exhale, crunch up, knees pull in towards the chest. Inhale, lower everything down. Exhale, crunch in. 5 more here. Inhale, lower, keeping the lower back, pressing it down into the mat. As we lower the chest, tap the toes, crunch everything back up. Inhale, extend everything out. Exhale, pull everything in. 2 more here. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Last one. Lower everything down. Hold in your crunched position, knees in towards the chest, and reach your arms down by your hips, getting ready for our double leg stretch. Reach the arms overhead, extend your legs straight out in front of you, then draw the knees in, sweep the arms around. Inhale, arms overhead, legs extend. Exhale, knees come in, arms sweep to the sides. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend, double leg stretch, arms and legs reaching in opposite directions as we root down through the center of the body, lower back pressing down, belly button drawing in towards the spine, especially on that extension. We've just got 4 more here, and then we get a nice break. As we inhale, reach, exhale through center. Last 2, you can do it. Inhale, extend, exhale, sweep the arms around, draw the knees in. Last one, inhale. And exhale, grab a hold of your knees, lower down through the chest, and rock gently from side to side, releasing any tension through the center of the body. Hold through center now and gently look over the right shoulder, then shift the head and look over the left. Give me 1 more each side, just releasing any tension through the neck. Come through center, and then let's lift our knees back to that tabletop position 1 final time, stacking them directly over the hips, getting ready to work the obliques. So reach your arms straight up from the shoulders with the palms forward. On your exhale, crunch up through the chest, reach your arms by your right leg. Inhale, come down, exhale, crunch, reach the arms past the left. Inhale, lower, crunch, reach the arms past the right. Inhale, lower, crunch, reach the arms past the left. Just give me 2 more each side like this, keeping your low back and your pelvis pressing down into the mat the entire time, lifting up from your thoracic spine or the middle of your back here, working into that rotation through the back, getting into the sides of the waist. Let's add on to this now. So crunch up, sweep your arms to the right as you extend your left leg long. Inhale, lower down, crunch to the left, right leg extends. Lower down, crunch to the right, left leg extends. Lower down, crunch to the left, right leg extends. We've got 3 more each side. Just like in the previous move, if you're feeling any tension through the neck, feel free to ditch the arm movement and bring your hands behind your head instead if you're wanting a bit more support there. But wherever you are, I want you exhaling as you crunch and extend the leg, inhaling to come through center. Give me 2 more each side here. And last one, exhale, crunch to the right. And lower, exhale, crunch and hold to the left. Bring your hands behind the head, draw right elbow to left knee, and switch. Switch and switch, drawing opposite elbow to opposite knee in our crisscross. This is where we finish this ab series. You can do it. Staying nice and lifted through the chest, balanced on those shoulder blades as we switch and switch. Just 3 more each side. Last 2, keep breathing. And last one, come through center, hug the knees in, lower down through the chest. And circle your knees out a couple of times in each direction, releasing all that tension through the center of the body. Come through center, release your feet back down to the mat, draw your legs together, and then open your knees out to the sides, bringing the bottoms of the feet to touch in a butterfly position. And just take some deep breaths here, maybe closing the eyes, just feeling that opening through the hips. When you're ready, gently draw your knees together and let's flip around, getting ready for our final series of this class. We've got a push-up plank combo with a lot of moving parts, but I know that we will get through it together. So bring your palms down onto the mat, stacking shoulders over wrists, and bring your knees down as well, finding a modified plank with a straight line from the top of your head diagonally down towards the knees. Then find your push-up, bending the elbows 45 degrees away from the body. Press to straighten, tuck the toes, lift the knees, lift your left arm up, side plank, pulse the hips up 3 times. Place the left arm down on the mat, drop the knees, child's pose. Like I said, a lot of moving parts. Let's do that all again. Shift forward, find your push-up, straighten, tuck the toes, lift the knees, right arm lifts, pulse the hips up 3 times. Place the right hand back on the mat, drop your knees, child's pose. This time, let's shift forward and find a tricep push-up, so elbows scrape by the ribs, straighten, tuck the toes, lift the knees, left arm lifts, pulse up for 2 and 3. Drop your left hand down, drop the knees, child's pose. Shift forward, tricep push-up, elbows tucked in towards the body, lift the knees, lift the right arm, pulse up for 2 and 3. Right hand comes down, knees drop, hips press back, we're halfway there. Shift forward into your modified plank, full push-up, elbows away from the body. Lift the knees, left arm lifts, pulse up for 2 and 3. Drop the left hand, drop the knees, quick stretch, child's pose. We've got 3 more rounds of this. Shift forward, full push-up, straighten the arms, tuck the toes, lift the knees, right arm lifts, hips press up, squeezing through that left oblique. Right hand comes down, knees drop, child's pose. 2 more. We've got tricep push-ups now, so shift forward, bend the elbows, squeezing them in towards the body, straighten, lift the knees, left arm floats up, pulse the hips. Left hand comes down to the mat, knees drop, child's pose, final round. You can do it. Shift forward, tricep push-up, tuck the toes, lift the knees, right arm lifts, final pulses for 3, 2, and 1. Drop the right arm down, drop the knees, bring them out as wide as the mat. Now big toes touch, press the hips back, arms reach forward, take some deep breaths here. You have certainly earned it. Either stay here or option to bring the palms together and draw your thumbs back towards the shoulder blades if you're wanting a deeper stretch through the upper body. Release your arms now if you took that additional stretch. Take one last big breath in And on your exhale, start to walk your hands in towards the hips and sweep your legs out in front of you with the feet flexed and the legs hip distance apart. Inhale to reach your arms straight up overhead, and exhale, fall forward into your forward fold, maybe grabbing hold of the toes, the calves, the backs of the thighs, whatever works for you, and just breathe here. Walk your hands up your legs now, cross your left foot over the right thigh, then lift your right arm up and over, hooking right elbow onto the left knee, looking over the left shoulder, feeling that spine twist, and a little stretch for the left glute as well. Release that twist, let's switch sides, crossing right ankle over left knee, hooking the left elbow onto the right knee, and looking over the right shoulder. Untwist yourself and find a cross-legged position on the mat now, and draw your right ankle up onto the left thigh with flexed feet here, and just hinge forward at the hips, feeling that deep stretch up the right hip and the right glute. Walk the hands in now and switch sides, crossing the left foot onto the right thigh now. Both feet are flexed, and either stay here or hinge forward at the hips, getting that deep stretch for the left side. Gently come out of this stretch now and just find a cross-legged position in the center of the mat. Then lift your right arm up and over to the left, sweep your arms in front of you and come up through center. Lift the left arm up and over, swing around, lift through center, one more each side, just releasing through the spine here, sweep around, and lift, last one, left arm up and over, sweep around to the left. Come up through center. This time, lift the right arm up and over, and let's just hold in our side stretch. Maybe dropping down onto the left forearm, really reaching overhead with that right arm, stretching out the right side of the body. Press up through center, other side, left arm lifts up and over, dropping down to the right forearm now. Lift up through center, and let's roll the shoulders back 4 times, releasing any tension through the upper body. And roll them forwards 4 times for 3, 2, and 1. And that is it for today's 35-minute full body Pilates workout. I hope you liked it. If you did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, everyone.